So, alright, nerds, let's talk about this ancient Greek lyric poet named Pindar. So, he was kind of rock star back in the day, around 518 to 448 BC. So, people think he's a kind of rock star when it comes to lyric poetry and probably the greatest of his time. Now, he wrote a bunch of different types of poetry, and they have been divided into 17 books. But here's the thing, only the ones with 44 choral victory songs for those fancy pan-Hellenic festivals are still intact. The rest, well, we have got some fragments and bits and pieces left. So Pindar's works were all about the contemporary history, religion, and Greek mythology. So the guy was well educated and came from an aristocratic background. So he knew his stuff, right? So, but here's the catch. His poems are notoriously difficult to read and translate. They can be real brain teaser. Even Quintilian, an ancient philosopher, and said that Pindar was like the best among the nine lyric poets of Greece. And he had this majestic, inspired vibe going on with beautiful thoughts, fancy language, and a flood of eloquence. But not everyone was a fan. Some people thought his poetry was too complicated and highbrow for the average people. So Eupolis, a comedic playwright from Athens, even said that people were silent when it came to Pindar's fancy learning. And in modern times, scholars also scratched their heads trying to figure out Pindar's poetry. So it wasn't until 1896 when they discovered some poems by this rival Bacchylides and they started to see the bigger picture. And turns out Pindar's quirks and peculiarities were just part of the archaic genre he was working with. So it's not all on him. So let's talk about Pindar's works. So those Alexandria editors divided them into 17 books with all sorts of stuff like hymns, Paeanias, and then there is dithyrambs and more. But here's the deal that only the choral victory songs for the Pan-Hellenic festivals have survived. And some people think these are his best works. The rest, as we know, we don't have, right? And Pindar's poetry may be admired by critics, but it's not exactly popular with the masses. It's not the kind of stuff, an average man picks up for a casual read. So it's more like a challenge, but if you're up for a brain workout, then guys, go and read about Pindar's work. And as we know, there is Pindaric ode and all these techniques that Renaissance poet and also in the modern they have applied that all the odes. This is all comes from Pindar's poetry and his style. So that's all guys about the Pindar. In next we'll talk about Virgil, and I hope I'll see you there. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye bye.